Hey y'all. um cool. So let's go ahead and jump in here. This is actually a topic or a thought that most people have, especially when they're in that process of, transitioning out of the high school phase and going into adulthood, which is, more the college phase. Especially for people who have already determined if they want to go to college or if they don't want to go to college. For the ones that do, the second question that's normally asked to them or they ask to themselves is, should I go to an HBCU or should I go to, something that's more like a PWI, if you may say? Um, First off, I would always say do whatever it is that your heart or that, your mind desires. Um, but I'll tell you from my experience, I definitely would always suggest going to a HBCU. No matter if black, brown, white, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. Going to a HBCU is is very different, and it has a lot of benefits and things like that as well as again just going into things like, for instance, the culture. Um, the culture at a HBCU is just different, man. It's a different aura, it's a different vibe, it's a different energy. It's just it's an experience. Because again, when you think about the culture of things, how things are presented, how it is living on campus as far as the culture. How is the culture from an organization standpoint? How is the culture from you being able to connect with other people that are maybe similar to you or have a lot in common with you, maybe come from similar backgrounds, or just in general, man. It's just it's different. um Also, something that I would mention as well is that you also want to think about, and this is crazy when you think about it, especially for someone who's coming into from high school to college, to kind of think far out past, okay, what is life like after college? Right. So I know this is a little bit of a jump here because a lot of you all that are probably watching this video are thinking, hey, man, I'm just trying to get to college and, whatever the case may be, but something to kind of think about in the future. And this is going to take a little bit of an extra step, is to think about life after college. When you think about an HBCU, this is the perfect spot for an after college experience as well, because you have what we call homecoming, of course, every single year, where you'll be able to come back after college and have a place that you could call home, having a place that surrounded with people that you could call a family. And it's going to feel like a family when you come back, because you're going to meet not only people from your graduating class, but people from previous graduating classes, and also classes that have not graduated yet. But nonetheless, again, it's very family oriented. It's basically is like family, and that's just always something you really want to consider. You know, Going through your college experience, being able to see things while you're in college when you come back, like the Greeks organizations, how they do their step shows, you know all these things bring back that nostalgia feeling, that you'll have and that you'll learn about once you go to a HBCU. um of course, meeting people that are similar to you, similar backgrounds, being able to connect with them and having people that actually understand you is a really big thing for sure. I know I spoke about organizations. At a HBCU, you're going to have a lot of different organizations that you can join it to. The reason why these organizations are important, because they're going to help mold you and build you into the person that you're ultimately going to become, by the time that you do graduate from college and things like that. I'll tell you from my experience personally going to an HBCU, it was honestly one of the best decisions I ever could have made. Me personally, I met a lot of friends, a lot of people that I consider as brothers. Um, Man, it's just it's it's hard to even place it into words. But it's just the experience of it all. From again, it's going to be some parties there, from the parties to the learning about your history. If you're of African descent or African American, you're going to learn about your culture a lot. You want to learn about just the experience of being around people again who are similar backgrounds and things like that. But yes, I had an awesome experience going to a HBCU. For those of you who don't know what the heck I'm talking about as far as the HBCU, HBCU stands for a historically Black college university. Um, so yeah. Um, but yeah, again, living on campus at a HBCU again is different. Um, the freedom that it comes with is going to be different. Um, Lord, it's just it's a great experience, man. But I would honestly say the biggest thing is thinking about the feeling that you want to have after your college experience. It's going to be very different than what it is like leaving high school. Once you leave high school, honestly, you would never go back to probably like a high school reunion, or which I think those are like probably what, every 10 years or something like that. So you'll probably never really go to a high school reunion, not too often. That's honestly something that they probably did more back in the 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s a little bit. And that's mainly because back then, you know, a lot of our, just speaking of African descent, a lot of our people did not go to college. So their college was their high school versus now, you know, um, being of African American descent, I think we're like one of the highest graduating classes or highest graduating race of people that tend to go to college, graduate, get their degree and things like that. So this is kind of like the newer version of that for us. And this has been going on for years, but I'm just speaking in general, as far as my viewpoint of it. Um, but yeah, that's just something to kind of consider, as far as attending a HBCU. You will definitely learn a lot about history, culture, um, and a lot of great experience for sure. And again, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I definitely had some great times, man. And I'll have to, tell you all about and those types of things. Um, I will share this though. I will share this. Some of the greatest professors that I've ever ran into, a lot of my great professors that I had, that not only taught me about my schooling, but taught me a lot about life in general. Taught me about what to expect once I left college, what I should look for. All these things help mold me again into the person that I am, that you guys see today. So again, I would always recommend a HBCU if that's something that you're interested in or you're thinking about. I would definitely recommend one for sure. Again, thank you all for tuning into this video. Remember to always comment, like, subscribe towards the bottom, and I'll be definitely be back. Thank you.